Hey guys, how's it going? I've had a few days off from work, and I've had time to watch a lot of people's videos, and and I've been keeping up with all the stuff about the trolls and all that. And the bad thing is, I've just recently got to start watching a lot of R. Dowdy's and Mr. Fix-It Smash videos, and what I can tell, Ben and Rob are great guys. They do great videos, show great stuff, and they're just real valuable members of this community. And it's a shame that you just have a select few that just want to try to ruin this stuff, especially when you get involved in somebody else's personal life and and it affects their job and their family, whatever. I mean, that is just wrong. I'm not going to belabor the obvious here. There are a lot of people comment on this, and those people will be taken care of. And we got Hippie on the job, but and a lot of other good people. But I just really don't understand, why you have a group of people that have a common interest, from like all corners of the globe. I mean, we've got guys in here as far away from Florida to Canada to New Zealand, all parts of the UK, and we can all come together in this community and talk about our interests, in a lot of cases talk about our personal lives, and we become friends on there. I consider you guys friends, and that's why I can't understand when you have a group of people like that just have a common interest, and they enjoy talking with each other and listening to each other's point of view, and you have those select few that just want to try to ruin that. I mean, what is it about somebody else being happy that pisses everybody else off, or pisses those select few off? I mean, I don't know, it escapes me. I mean, to me, it's just stupid, and it's, and I could go on and on, but I'm not going to, but I just want to, I just wonder why, because I don't get it, and I mean, but I'm not going to blame. Like I said, I'm not going to belabor that point. Everybody's kind of talked about this, and it's a real shame that Rob feels. Well, he's pretty much kind of having to lay low in a sense. And Ben, he's a great guy, and this, if you think about it, this stuff will get you down. But I hope those guys are back real soon, because they are valued members of this community, and. But that's my 2 cents. Take it what it's worth. I've been doing some videos of the infamous stack, and I've want to kind of go back to that for a couple of videos. But this is just more random stuff. I really haven't looked through it. Don't know what's in. I just pull it out. I think most of it's DC. There's some Marvel thrown in, all 70 stuff. But I'll start going through it here. Okay, first thing we have a DC Presents 81. And this is by Keith Giffen. And anybody that's read Giffen stuff, and likes his art, the man is a maniac. I mean, who else could put Superman with Ambush Bug and Cobra all in the same book? But this is a fun read. A lot of these DC Presents are kind of overlooked. But there are some great stories in here. There was Jim Starlin had a good run, like in the late 30s, not years, but in the numbering of this book. There's some great stories in here. But this is a really fun read. Okay, you have DC Presents 87. This is a crossover with the Superboy from Earth Prime. Now, I'm not, I've read Crisis a dozen times, and I'm not really sure. This might be the first appearance of Superboy Prime, who later became Prime or Superman Prime, and he was in, the Final Crisis, and just popped up everywhere as he was like, the ultimate evil version of Superboy or Superman or whatever. I think this is either the first appearance or one of the first appearances of him while the Crisis was going on. So this is a cool read. I think it's Kurt Swan art. Yeah, actually, Kurt Swan and Al Williamson. So it's a really cool little book. Okay. I think I've probably shown some of these, but apparently I got some duplicates. But we got some more Kubert. Here's Tor number 2. Awesome cover. I love Kubert, as do a whole lot of people on here. And for some strange reason, another number 2. Okay, we have Avengers 218. And more Kubert with GI Combat 171. I think pretty much in the 70s, Kubert had really didn't do a whole lot of actual comic work. He was like the editor for the war books, so I think a lot of these issues he might have, well, probably all the covers during this period he did, but I think he was the editor on all the war books, and I think he did a lot of the layouts on some stuff, and some other stuff other than the war books. I think he did some layouts in the Redondo studio. Came in a lot of the guys from the Philippines and finished up his stuff. Ragman's a good example of that, another Kubert book that the Redondos did. And GI Combat 170, this is one of the few that Kubert didn't do a cover on. This might be Ken Barr on the cover. Still a cool cover. I love these 20 centers. Back to more Kubert, GI Combat 174. '84. And here's what went to the dollar format. 239. Another Kubert cover. Most of these were wraparounds. They had the I think in a lot of the 70s books, in the early 80s, they had like what they called the combat album, where it like featured a lot of the weapons they were using during that time. Number 236. And more weapons info on the back. Guns of the Gestapo. .230. .275. Classic Kubert. Okay, here we got some old sci-fi from DC, from Beyond the Unknown 23. If you have any fans of old 1960s sci-fi, DC or whoever, this is really good stuff because it's mainly reprints a lot of that stuff. But these are great stories. Anytime you got an ape on the cover, hey, But I know a lot of other guys on here, they like the gorilla cover, so DC was really good for that. And got a low-grade copy of number 1, actually, from Beyond the Unknown. It's a Joe Kubert cover. Turtleman of Space. I think most of these are reprints from Strange Adventures and Mystery in Space, but still classic stuff. And number 3. Neil Adams cover, When Earth Turned into a Comet. This really nice cover. You don't see many Adams covers on sci-fi books. So this is a good comic collector. There was only 25 issues, and for the most part you can get them for a reasonable price. But anybody that's a fan of sci-fi and the old stuff like this, you really like it. Okay, more DC War stuff. Men of War number 3. Of course, got more Kubert on the cover. It's actually number 1. Didn't know I had this one. But Codename Gravedigger. And number 5. Okay, more sci-fi. This is Mystery in Space 117. They had canceled this title, I think, in the mid to late 60s, and they restarted it, I think, late 70s, early 80s. I think it went from like issue 111 to 117. But this is the last issue, 117. Okay, here we got 115. Really nice Kubert cover. I think this is the story this features here. I think Brian Bolland was the artist in this, actually, if I remember right. Hey, Steve Ditko too. Yeah, it is Brian Bolland art. You know him from a lot of the what am I trying to think of here? Oh, Camelot 3000. Did a whole lot of the covers for Animal Man back when Grant Morrison had his run, and I think he's currently doing the covers for Dial H. We got more Mystery in Space, number 116. Might be a Mike Kaluta cover. No, I'll take that back. That is actually Jim Starlin. So, who else we got in here? Actually got Johnny Craig doing some of the art from the old EC books. You never know what you're going to find in the stack. This is one of my favorite titles as a kid. A Super Team Family. It's number 6. Most of the time it featured, the early issues featured reprints, but you had Superman, Batman fighting the composite Superman. You have the Marvel family. Just great stuff. I love these old giant size books. A lot of the reprints is how I got introduced to a lot of the characters and a lot of the stories. There's number 7. Another cool issue. Teen Titans and Doom Patrol. And number 8, I think they were actually doing the new stories by this time. You have the Challengers of the Unknown. Real nice dinosaur cover. And more Challengers, number 9. And number 10 with Multi-Man. And Rich Buckler on the cover. Here you have Flash and Supergirl, number 11. And I love the art on this cover. This is one of my favorite artists, Mike Nasser, or as he was known later, Mike Netzer. He didn't have a real huge output, but the stuff he did do was awesome. I think he was one of the guys that worked with Continuity Associates with Neil Adams. You can see a lot of the influence. And a cool Supergirl page. Okay, we've got more Super Team Family. Number 12, Green Lantern and Hawkman. This was really like an extension of the Brave and the Bold, you know, where you had the Batman team-ups, but this was just oddball pairings. And number 13, Aquaman, Captain Comet, and the Atom. So anybody that likes goofy team-ups, this is the book. Okay, number 14, Wonder Woman and the Atom. And guest starring the Secret Society. Another favorite story of mine from that era. Number 15, Flash and the New Gods. Okay, back to some old Marvel. Marvel double feature, number 15. Really cool Cap and Red Skull cover. Looks like Gil Kane. Probably Kirby reprints. No, actually, it's Gil Kane reprint. Really cool splash page about Gil Kane. And I guess probably Gene Colan on the Iron Man feature. Yeah. So if you can't afford the originals, this is another great title to catch those stories. This is a cool one. Marvel Premiere number 29, Liberty Legion, Jack Kirby, the King. It's like Don Heck on the interiors. Hey Kirby, come cover. And more Liberty Legion number 30, another great Kirby cover, the Red Skull. More Don Heck. And Marvel Presents number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I've been reading the new series, and of course there's not a lot of the same guys in it, but or same characters I should say, but that series is looking pretty good. Looking forward to the movie. A lot of great art in here. Al Milgrom, Pablo Marcos. We've got John Carter, Warlord of Mars, number 7. Nothing better than spaceships and laser guns and swords and scantily clad chicks on the bottom. Who is this? Oh yeah. Gil Kane and Tom Sutton. Beautiful art in this. I think Dave Cockrum did a lot of these too. This is really a great series. Okay, Marvel Team Up 122, Spider-Man and Man-Thing. Love Man-Thing. Any cover with Man-Thing. I'm dragging this out, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of curious about. If I don't remember who the artist is, I gotta look. Carrie Gamble, Mike Esposito. Gamble did a lot of stuff for DC in the late '80s after they revamped Superman. That's an awesome cover. It's Ed Hannigan and Milgrom. Okay, got World's Finest 257 with Dollar Comics with a Jim Apparel cover. Superman and Batman must have fell on hard times. They're going against the bag lady, so don't know. But you have Black Lightning, Hawkman, Captain Marvel. And we have here World's Finest 256. I can tell this is one of my originals because there's tape all the way down the front of the cover. This is probably one of the ones my little sister ripped up when I wouldn't let her read my books. But that's another story. Another cool wraparound cover. And for some reason another copy of 256. More DC Presents. Number 80. Superman and the Legion of Superheroes. World Full of Superman. Kurt Swan art. And last thing we got here is Superman, one of my favorite teams from the 70s. Freedom Fighters, number 62. Gil Kane cover. And looks like actually Irv Novick and Dave Hunt on the interiors. Okay guys, that's all for that stack. I think I got enough for maybe one more video and then we'll be done with the stack videos. But as always, grateful for all the views, comments. Just another reminder about my 100 subscriber giveaway. Now this is, I welcome all questions, but as far as the drawing for the books, this is just for people that were subscribed to me as of the time that I mentioned this. I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but it's not fair if somebody comes in just when you got a contest. And I know that happens sometimes, but I'm always grateful for new viewers and all the comments. But to be fair to the guys that have subscribed to me already, the drawing will just be for those people. But like I said, thanks for watching. Guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Onward and upward.